Few companies feel as iconic as American as Harley-Davidson. The motorcycle maker says it's moving some production overseas to avoid tariffs set by the European Union in response to President Trump's tariffs. The company says this is the only sustainable option. President Trump, however, says Harley surrendered and waved the white flag. Joining me now, the former vice president of business development for Harley-Davidson, Clyde Fessler, who's widely credited with the company's turnaround in the 80s and 90s. Clyde, good to have you with us this morning. The president, as we know, is not happy with this move. In fact, threatening that not only will the aura be gone from the company, but, quote, they will be taxed like never before. The president threatening to tax this company like never before. What do you make of that, especially someone who helped turn this company around?
Well, it's a very complicated situation when looking at Harley, and you have to look way back when they started over 115 years ago, when Harley was just a domestic company, and that was shipping motorcycles to North America, mainly Canada and Mexico. In the 1980s, we became an international company, and that's when we started shipping motorcycles to Europe, about 4,000 motorcycles a year in mid-1980s. Now we're shipping about 45,000 motorcycles a year to the European marketplace. And Harley-Davidson is evolving from a national company, an international company, to a global company. And just like Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha, they all have plants all over the world. So Harley-Davidson is probably pursuing that type of a strategy.
You came in, you were brought in to help turn this company around in the 80s. Do you believe that in 2018 this is the right move?
In 2018, I think that Harley-Davidson, and I've been retired for 15 years,
right.
I think it's a good move for them. But there's one thing that people don't realize, and that's the heart and soul of a Harley-Davidson. It's its engine, and that's the potato. As long as those engines are made in Milwaukee with those skilled workers and with the technology they have in Milwaukee and ship those engines throughout the world, it's still the spirit and the soul of Harley-Davidson that's going to be going on those motorcycles.
In terms of those workers, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers saying this is a slap in the face to the loyal, highly skilled workforce that made Harley an iconic American brand. You also helped to lead the establishment of HOG, the Harley Owners Group, more than 1 million members at this point. Could this hurt the company here at home?
I don't believe so. I think that the soul of Harley-Davidson is still, it's an American brand, it's an American icon, and I think that's what we're selling. We're not selling a motorcycle, we're selling, I've been retired for 15 years, so they are selling a lifestyle. And that lifestyle exists throughout the whole world.
Can it be the same lifestyle if part of it's made overseas?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Can it still be that same lifestyle that they're putting out there if part of those bikes are made overseas?
Yes, I think when it comes to fenders and gas tanks and comes to wheels and brakes and things like that, it's a world sourcing situation right now. And I think the Harley-Davidson will always be an American icon because of its location and the heartbeat of it being made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Harley was pretty clear about the reasoning for this, the financial reasoning behind it. As we look, though, at the president's response to this, look, based on your experience in business over decades, is there a broader implication, not just for other companies to follow suit, but perhaps for other countries to worry about the threats that we're seeing from the president to tax Harley like never before? How much of an impact could that have?
I don't think it's going to have much of an impact at all, because I think what we're talking about now is a lot of storm that's floating around that's going to settle down sooner or later. I think this is a passage of time. The president, Donald Trump, is a businessman. He's not a Republican. He's not a Democrat, and he's a realist that's trying to really approach business problems that are out in the field.
So do you think that threat is just his way of making a deal?
I think President Trump is a master negotiator because he's coming from a business standpoint instead of a political standpoint.
And so this is part of his negotiation, you think, with Harley or with the broader business community?
I think he's positioning himself with the broader community throughout the whole world, and it's time that somebody stands up and really looks at this tariff situation that we've been having for the last 30 years, and let's equalize things and eliminate all the tariffs. I think Harley would be in favor of that, and I think the president would be in favor of that, as the European Union is now suggesting, let's eliminate all the tariffs on all automobiles, motorcycles, and all products.
Clyde Fessler, appreciate your time. Thanks for taking some time this morning.
You're welcome. Good talking to you. Bye-bye.
So